of my friends say, girl, you better take care.
Good evening, community. Stealth community. I'm just thinking, we're progressing very fast with the news. And by the way, I appreciate you guys signing up on the channel to try and help us grow. Let's try and do it as fast as we can, because this is going to be a helpmate channel. And it can't be done without you guys who are the community. You make up the community. What you say is pretty much on this channel goes. We go by it, we recognize it, we answer it. There's nothing wrong with talking, debating things, and finding out where we headed. And I appreciate it. There's a depth of gratitude to you guys. Just working with the YouTube channel, we find out to get the algorithm going stronger. I'm trying to keep the videos Stealth community. How are you doing today? Excuse my voice. We're either coming out of a bubble or we're bursting a bubble. But a lot of things are happening. And things are moving very fast in the line of government, in the line of preparation. We're reaching a turning point. And I hope everyone is getting prepared for it, because it's here. Excuse me. Before I get started, I did want to say props up to all the ones that have signed up, subscribed to the channel. Thank you for your comments. I will strongly follow them. Thank you for your suggestions. This channel is about you. Without the community, there is no channel. So, please work hard with me and get the channel up and going. And I found out to get the algorithm going good. I try and keep the videos down to about 20 to 30 minutes. I know your day is busy, and I really appreciate the time that you set aside to share time with us. But if you can look through the whole entire video, that really helps the channel to grow. And I just want to say I appreciate you guys. On that note, there's some breaking news that's coming out. That President Trump and Elon Musk. You've seen the latest here, breaking news. Donald Trump and Elon Musk are teaming up again. They're back together again. Charlie Kirk has said one of his biggest wishes, they need to work together because they're an awesome team together. Well, guess what? They're back. And I think just as well as all the other people on the right side, they're fed up with the vengeance and the hate that's going on. Not only is Elon one of the richest men in the world, but this man's smart. I don't ever think his brain rests. And him and Donald Trump, President Trump, are going to be working hard on Gork #4 to fast his administration, aiming to revolutionize and supercharge AI innovations across all government agencies. For those of you who don't know what that means, you're cooked. Think you're getting away with something? You're cooked. You think things are going to be easy now? You're cooked. You think you're going to be able to lie and continue with all the blasphemies and all the rhetoric and the hatred? You're cooked. That's all I'm going to say about that. You're cooked. Felt good saying that, but anyway, it's going on to where a lot of people are asking questions. People want to see people arrested for what they've done, the hatred that they throw at people that's trying to live their lives their way. This is not a communist country. And Biden trying to fade out all free speech. And like Hillary standing up there blaspheming the right, Snocket doing the same thing. This is getting old, and people start to recognize that. Jeffries Akeem yelling. All y'all do is yell at people. Yell, yell, yell. Fuss, scream. You're on your last leg trying to fight, fight, fight. And I don't know if your parents told you, by being nice and respectful, you get more with sugar than you do vinegar. Excuse my voice. But I want you people to thumbs up if you agree, thumbs down if you don't with this comment. And how do you feel about it? How do you feel about what the Democrats are pushing for your kids to be around? Because you can do all these changes to your body and stuff, but a lot of kids that are going for it and doing it are now reaping the repercussions of it. You got to stay on pills, certain hormone pills. Things are changed in your body. Why? Because you were born Y chromosome, a man, not a woman. They've gone as far to say men can carry babies. Why would you put that into a child's head? So like I said, give me thumbs up if you agree, thumbs down if you don't. Here we go. Teachers who teach small kids that they're born in the wrong body should be arrested for child abuse. I ain't gonna say no more about that. But comment into the channel. Thumbs up if you agree with this. Thumbs down if you don't. I just like to scan down and they say this will be a pretty easy case to win with Comey. He looks like he's having a bad day there. Like he's got to take a good dump or something. Face is all tight. See what he displayed and put out. Now he's got to sit on the toilet stool for a while. So what you put out comes back to you. We can go on down here and look at what's happening. Now, this is many different stories on this, but he's
I bet James
fighting
Comey was
for the right.
I bet James Comey was wishing Joe Biden had given him one of those preemptive pardons.
That is correct, Jesse. And you know, you and I have spoken about this several times. And you know, Jesse, he is the reason back in 2016 with respect to taking a FBI institution that their reputation was always beyond reproach. No one ever challenged the confidence in any of the investigations that ever came out of the FBI. But when he held that press conference in July of 2016 and took a position which should have been through then acting Attorney General Loretta Lynch, and took her position to make a prosecution decision that they were not going to prosecute Hillary Clinton. That was then the downfall and the beginning of the reputation of the FBI becoming permanently damaged and eroded. And quite frankly, then he was solicited by outside forces, by the Clintons and by Barack Obama and others, to then, could you imagine, where he's in the inner circle with the highest, with the President of the United States, keeping notes on the President, and then utilizing those notes to keep them in his back pocket to at some point try to pull them out as quote unquote, gain favor. This man was dishonest and he took advantage, and quite frankly, he should be held accountable. The only thing I hope and pray for is that this finally will be the beginning of rehabilitating the reputation of the men and women, and quite frankly, what's going on in the world, the men and women of the FBI who are keeping us, or trying to keep us safe and sound. Hopefully this is the beginning of trying to get them back on course and showing us Americans that this FBI was in fact weaponized, it was polarized, and they were being used for the purpose of dethroning President Trump, which in and of itself could not have ever been imagined in modern American history. But quite frankly, we got there. Now, thankfully, Kash Patel is trying to clean it up.
It's amazing that he believes in his mind that he's free with the situation, that nothing will come of it, and that he wants us to all believe that he will come out on the winning side of this. You never know what can happen and what could happen. But again, here's his words to us about what he feels about the whole situation. And it's amazing to understand what he's thinking. And nothing was done wrong, and he's innocent. Well, everybody's innocent to prove him guilty.
My family and I have known for years that there are costs to standing up to Donald Trump. But we couldn't imagine ourselves living any other way. We will not live on our knees, and you shouldn't either. Somebody that I love dearly recently said that fear is the tool of a tyrant, and she's right. But I'm not afraid, and I hope you're not either. I hope instead you are engaged, you are paying attention, and you will vote like your beloved country depends upon it. which it does. My heart is broken for the Department of Justice, but I have great confidence in the federal judicial system. I'm innocent. So let's have a trial and keep the faith.
Again, I like to involve my community. Let me know what you think. Thumbs up, he's right. Thumbs down, he's ruined. On that note, what do you think about it? At what point should we believe what he says? He said, let's go to trial. But this was before he knew that things with Biden not signing his little waiver to go free, he thought that Trump would never win. And it's all here now. First, fast, and factual. And there's somebody else back in the corner used to talk real brave and big too. Big T's. Big T's. Where you at, Big T's? But I try and have some humor with these people. Because if you really sink your mind into it, it drives you crazy. Really. I've never seen people blatantly deny things and lie like the rocks he found in the sand. He didn't know what that meant. Man's a military man. Oh my goodness, we supposed to believe that. How stupid are we? Let's just listen to a little bit more, because he's coming up to an indictment. Letitia James is next, and the other guy there. It's all coming to a head. All the grinning and laughing and fascism and Hitler and Russia for Clinton. Put him in jail for 300 years. Only thing I dread Trump didn't do, should have did it when he first came back.
Convict him, bar him from future service, have the prosecutors, the local prosecutors in New York, pursue him for the fraudster that he was before he ever became president, lock him up for the garden variety frauds he did there, but don't give him that center stage, that dominant role in our national life, just down the street where Joe Biden is trying to heal this nation. Convict him, bar him from future service, have the prosecutors, the local prosecutors in New York, pursue him.
See? That sounds like the voice of a man that's under pressure. And Joe Biden healing what? Joe Biden was too busy letting everybody in here. There's not too much more that I want to elaborate on this and go with this. But it's going to be something to deal with, and we're going to get a lot of different thoughts on it. And as this thing goes on, brace yourself, because as Trump just called out Pam Bondi to get to work, and I believe that they're getting to work. And these are cases that we're going to be onlooking, cases that are going to be coming up heavily, that we're going to see.
James, then John Brennan, then Clapper.
Take a listen to this, and we're going to move on with
No
this.
one is above the law. As I told you 6 months ago, the first person to be indicted in the war against the deep state, if America is to survive, is James Comey. He lied to Congress more than 6 times, saying that he never leaked information to the media. Later, he bragged, after they stole the election in 2020, he thought he was safe, that he went and orchestrated it all. The attacks on Trump, Flynn, everybody, and that he was the leaker with twisted, fake, classified information. He didn't just leak, he leaked lies. And then he lied to Congress about it. Letitia James will be indicted. As I told you, first Comey, then Letitia James, then John Brennan, then Clapper, then John Bolton. And it leads on from there. So to all of you that were black-pilled and said there will never be any indictments, that said I was a hopium dealer, that I was a white pill man, that I was saying things that weren't true. Was Alex Jones right? Get ready for the rest of it. Get ready for all of it. Get ready for so much more, because they tried to kill Trump twice. They're trying to put me in prison, General Flynn in prison, Roger Stone in prison, all of us in prison. And I sat there and I told my own people 8 years ago, there's no indictments. The Sessions is controlled. Bill Barr is controlled. I said, there will be no indictments. And you said that I was a traitor. I was a liar. I was right. And this time I told you, there will be indictments. And as soon as the indictments begin, like a house of cards, their whole system will fall. Remember that? I said it thousands of times till your ears bled. But here's the big news. The Democrats have said they're going to riot, and they're going to trigger race war and false flags. Because their people believe they were invincible. Their people believe they were above the law. And now that promise is dying. And so now the real threat begins. Now the real attack unfolds. You know, we knew when the investigation got launched, the Democrats attacking us, that they'd flip out, and that they would reveal themselves in the Justice Department who came out and said, pull the investigations on Jones. You see, we're the ones playing chess while they play checkers. And so our enemies think they're invincible, sit back and laugh. But this isn't like Trump charged with things he never did, and the public woke up and his mugshot that made his approval rating go up. These are real crimes to American people, and they want it. It's the right thing to do, so they can never reconstitute, do it again. And you're going to see the Republicans win 20, 30, 50 seats in the House, 5, 6, 7, 10 seats in the Senate. And more indictments are coming. So the dam has broken, and the war is here. And that's a good thing, as Shakespeare said, cry havoc and let loose the dogs of war. They started it. We're going to finish it. James Comey, disgraced FBI director, indicted for perjury to Congress, cut and dry, and obstruction of justice. And Fauci and all the rest of you are next. So just prepare yourselves. Because I've told you this a lot, but I want you to listen, enemies. 20 years ago, I didn't know how all this would end. But I said, if you want to fight, you better believe you got one. But now we have the initiative, we have the moral high ground. I can now say, if you want to fight, you got one, and you're going to lose. You wanted a war. You wanted to fight. You've now summoned the terrible giant. God bless the 47th President of the United States of America. And God bless the American people. And God bless the info warriors. Because the war has just begun.
into serious times. It's like I've said before, everybody was jumping up and down when Donald Trump got into the White House. There's no time to rejoice, but it's time to put your suit of armor on and fight, fight, fight. Because they're going to try every avenue, every way to end this. And this is all-out war what they're doing. Tried to kill this man twice, might as well say 3 times. 300 years in jail, he's dead. And they have lost all control of turning over power in an equitable, humane manner. You got Biden, and ain't nothing wrong with that son of a gun. He knew what he was doing. He kind of, he was mentally sick and all that. Yeah, he is. But he wasn't too sick to say we need to put a target on Donald Trump's back. He ain't too sick to call us garbage and trash. I'm neither here nor there, but they ain't showing garbage. And all these people that they came out against, I tell you, what you do in the dark comes to light. You got to answer. And they're going to try and do everything in their power to stop it so it doesn't go any farther. Their percentage rate is almost zero. They're fighting and fighting on the only way they know how is to strike out with crime. And all I'm saying to you people, Democrat or not, wake up. Why put yourselves out there in jeopardy? If they're in trouble and they want to fight, tell Rocket to get out there. Tell old lady Clinton to get out there. Tell Pinocchio to get out there. Tell old Schiff to get out there. You know what I'm saying? Tell them to get out there and do it. Why you infringing and harming innocent people? And tell Grandma Waters, I told y'all why they upset so much, because their feet are hurting. Go ahead and put some big shoes on and relax them bunions so you can relax a little bit. You need to do something to ease the pain. But people, let's look at it. I don't even want to talk about that no more. But look at it. These people for years have lied and taken money. And they know they can stop letting them. Yeah, it's going to be a terrible situation. People were rounding off the edges now. Like Alex Jones said, they wanted a war and they wanted to start one. Now they're going to get one. And a lot of people have been hurt, been silenced, put in jail. People, I don't understand it. You know, the community, I don't understand it. This is America. You know, you have freedom of speech as long as you're not trying to incite violence, murder, crime. You have a right to speak and say something. And these people have got in and desensitized everything. They've lied, and the biggest thing is the lies, and they still doing it on a 200%, not 100%, 200% basis. You know, when Democrats are happy, is when they got their mouth open, because every word out of there is a lie. I don't know of one that speaks the truth. And they got all kinds of crazy, idiotic people in Congress. And I still say this, something to think about. I'm not prejudiced one bit. But we got our own people to deal with who are fear-mongering, causing hatred, strife, inciting violence in this country. And we got all these different people that we put into our Congress. Elon Momo, the way that she's talking about Charlie Kirk and denouncing him and inciting violence and hatred. And she'll tell you right away she don't care about America, it's all for her country. And it's amazing what Trump said he's going to do. You like your country so much you stand up for it, then go back. She got in here, I heard that when she first got in, she married her brother to get in here. What are we doing? People are going to give away your information because there's so much hatred for your country. Why would you put them in your Congress until your line up in Congress, you line up to help the people in the nation? Why would you do that? Because you know you're going to get leak after leak, leak after leak. And like I said, if I'm wrong, y'all comment, let me know. I've been watching this for a long time. And I don't see one black person in Russia, Congress, whatever you want to call it over there. I don't see one white man. I see nobody who's working over there to change the lyrics, the talk of how they treat people. One of the biggest things I've seen, and I knew something was corrupt really bad in this country, is when we had the storm in North Carolina. Poor people starving. They telling you can't bring food to them. They telling you can't help them. $750 dang dollars. Kamala Harris, she over in Augusta somewhere, nowhere even near that. Because you know why? She knew that people would lash out against her. She was too embarrassed to go there. Donald Trump went right in the middle of the whole thing and donated in the millions to help people. And she's hanging behind some fence posts just like she did when it came to crossing the line for all the immigrants to be over here. She went down to the best part of the fence where the border is so that she could show, oh, it's under control. Always facetious and lying, backstabbing, and everything's Donald Trump. And don't let them keep gaslighting you people. You're getting into fights, you're arguing, you're going crazy, going ballistic, because they keep pushing this. But you don't see them. They bought masks. They bought bricks for you to throw at people. You know what I'm saying? Did you see one of them get out there, put a mask on, and go with you? No, they sit back and watch you go through it. Or if you die, oh, okay, well, there's one for the rights. You know what I'm saying? Stop it, y'all. Please open up the book, read it, understand it, and educate yourself. Don't let nobody tell you anything. We got too much going on here that will give you the news. I mean, right off the whip. So many people I know, older, younger people, refuse to look at the news, or they don't know anything about it. And those are the ones that are running out there getting themselves in deep trouble. I'm going to try and end with this note with J.D. Vance.